Hello everyone, welcome to our security update where we frequently address the latest security issues in Africa. Here are the notable stories making headlines this week. Somaliland's Wadani Party calls on government to address clan conflicts, emphasizes need for security measures. US official raises concerns over Chinese military activities in Djibouti. Heavy urban compound erupts in Ethiopia's Amhara region. Welcome to the program. Somaliland's Wadani Party has officially attributed the escalation of clan conflicts in the Togdel region to what they perceive as a lack of effective government intervention. The aftermath of these clashes has seen a loss of lives and a surge in injuries.
Somaliland's Wadani Party has officially attributed the escalation of clan conflicts in Togdel region to what they perceive as lack of effective government intervention. The aftermath of these clashes has seen a loss of lives and a surge in injuries. The party has vocally expressed the concern over the apparent indifference exhibited by high-ranking government officials, including President Bihi, the Minister of Interior, and the chiefs of the National Army. Wadani contends that the silence implies a tacit acceptance of the situation by the government. Mohammed Farah Abdi, the spokesperson of the Wadani Party, who leveled these allegations against President Bihi's administration, has stressed the urgency of implementing immediate measures to quell the ongoing conflict. He underscored that the nation of Somaliland cannot afford further hostilities and discord. Furthermore, the spokesperson remarked that since President Bihi assumed office, the country has experienced an unprecedented surge in conflicts. Allegedly, the leadership has been criticized for fueling discontent, leading individuals to resort to arms against each other. Despite their critique of the government's handling of the situation, the Wadani Party has called upon all factions involved in the conflict to de-escalate tensions and work towards restoring stability in the affected areas.
A high-ranking American official has informed the media that they are closely monitoring developments regarding the presence of Chinese military forces in Djibouti. Here's the report.
The official revealed that there are growing concerns about the activities of Chinese military personnel stationed in Djibouti, particularly their interactions with Djiboutian authorities. This revelation comes in the wake of ongoing political tensions in Djibouti, where the United States has requested clarification on the relationship between Djiboutian forces and Chinese military personnel. CBA earlier reported that the U.S. Department of Defense confirmed that the U.S. Defense Chief commences official visits to Djibouti, Kenya, and Angola after 78th UN General Assembly. The United States had previously expelled Chinese military personnel from Djibouti in March 2018, with the American government officially expressing concerns about China's actions following several instances of alleged laser attacks targeting U.S. military aircraft. Djibouti, a small coastal nation, has become a significant focal point for major global powers, including the United States, France, and China, due to its strategic location in Red Sea region. Large military bases operated by the United States, France, and China have been established in Djibouti, reflecting the complex geopolitical dynamics at play in the region. These bases play a crucial role in military and political operations and underscore the challenges posed by military presence and competition in this strategically important area.
Speakers of the Federal Parliament in Somalia traveled to the Samareb, the capital of Galmudug State, to demonstrate their solidarity with President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud in his efforts to strengthen the ongoing campaign against Al-Shabaab. Speakers of the Federal Parliament in Somalia have arrived in Samareb, the capital of Galmudug State, to demonstrate their solidarity with President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud in his efforts to strengthen the ongoing campaign against Al-Shabaab. Initial reports say the two parliamentary leaders intend to brief President Hassan Sheikh on crucial legislative initiatives aimed at supporting the ongoing anti-Al-Shabaab operations and rallying public support for the president's mission. This visit comes as the government recently announced the commencement of the second phase of operations against Al-Shabaab and claimed to have liberated strategic towns from Al-Shabaab's grip. During their visit, Speaker Madobe and Speaker Hashi stressed the importance of unity between local communities and security agencies in order to effectively eliminate the Al-Shabaab group from all regions of the country. Officials from the Hiran region have declared the recommencement of military operations against the Al-Shabaab group. This decision comes in the wake of a tragic Al-Shabaab assault that claimed the lives of more than 36 individuals and left 40 others wounded in Peledwina town. Officials from the Hiran region have declared the recommencement of military operations against the Al-Shabaab group. This decision comes in the wake of a tragic Al-Shabaab assault that claimed the lives of more than 36 individuals and left 40 others wounded in Peledwina town. The former Hiran governor Ali Jaita unveiled these newly intensified operations during a memorial prayer event held in Teheran village to honor the memory of those who perished in the previous offensive, which successfully liberated the eastern sector of the Hiran region, according to the authorities. Somalia President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia have both expressed a strong condemnation for the devastating Al-Shabaab suicide attack that occurred in Peledwina on Saturday. The incident involved a truck loaded with explosive devices that detonated at a taxation and security checkpoint located at the former Horset Beverages factory building. It has been reported that the truck forcibly breached the government-managed check. Escalating violence has once again gripped Ethiopia's tumultuous Amhara region as government troops clash with local militias, with the ancient city of Gondar becoming a focal point of intense urban combat. But we will be back after the short break.
Making documentaries is one of the most creative craft and challenging endeavors you can be involved in. It is an effective strategy to inform, persuade, educate, defend the perspective, and shed light on various issues, policies, and activities. At CBA TV, documentary production is our forte. We capture every TikTok detail of events in highest resolution to tell the story you care about, from politics to human angle, research-based content, educative and informative. We also help you project your story in a dynamic perspective that attracts the world views of the target audience, as there is no better or more powerful way to place the organization's values and achievements than to make an excellent documentary film. No doubt, our strength lies in these ventures, and we pride in many award-winning documentaries which have been earning accolades across Africa and beyond. Let's tell your story.
Welcome back again. Escalating violence has once again gripped Ethiopia's tumultuous Amhara region as government troops clash with local militias, with the ancient city of Gondar becoming a focal point of intense urban combat.
The historic city of Gondar, one of the largest in the region, bore witness to fierce confrontations on Sunday when local militias known as the Fano infiltrated its streets, leading to violent clashes with government forces. A statement released on the official Facebook page of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces (CNDF) confirmed these clashes, revealing that government security forces successfully repelled militia attacks, resulting in the reported death of more than 50 combatants. Reports of ongoing fighting have emerged from various locations within the Amhara region, with activists and media outlets affiliated with the militias asserting territorial gains and the capture of numerous soldiers. However, CBA TV has not independently verified these claims. Last week, violence also erupted on the outskirts of Lalibela, another notable city in the region renowned for its historic rock-hewn churches, which included the development of heavy artillery. In recent weeks, multiple drone attacks have been reported across several areas, further exacerbating the security situation. Amidst this turmoil, another high-level peace conference, originally scheduled for October in the region's capital, Bahir Dar, has announced its postponement until April of the following year, citing unforeseen circumstances. Notably, this conference counts the African Union and the United Nations among its partners, suggesting that the decision may be linked to the ongoing insecurity in the region.
According to the Ministry of Defense, Somalia National Army killed 27 Al-Shabaab fighters during a military operation in the central state of Galmudug. The operation took place in the villages of Balander, El Gambar, and Mililep. According to the Ministry of Defense, Somalia National Army killed 27 Al-Shabaab fighters during a military operation in the central state of Galmudug. The operation took place in the villages of Balander, El Gambar, and Mililiqo. 3 places belonging to Al-Shabaab, according to the statement, were targeted and destroyed, along with their vehicles and military equipment. However, Al-Shabaab did not comment on this recent incident. The latest operation comes amid intensified military operations by the Somalia Army, involving airstrikes targeting senior Al-Shabaab commanders in the country's south and central provinces earlier on Friday without disclosing his full identity. The ministry said an airstrike in the southwestern province of Bakol killed a senior leader of the Al-Qaeda-affiliated group, Al-Shabaab, and his 7 guards. The head of the Sudanese army, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has hinted at a negotiated peace deal between him and the leader of the rival paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, Mohammed Hamdan Daglo. The war in Sudan has stretched for months and killed thousands of people, with millions of others displaced.
Sudan's army leader said on Friday that he has not been seeking military assistance in his recent tour and that he preferred a diplomatic resolution to the ongoing war in the country. In an interview with Reuters news agency, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan also stated that he has ordered neighboring countries to stop sending mercenaries to help the rival paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, in the clashes that have spread for several months. Burhan said on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York that, quote, "Every war ends in peace, whether through negotiations or force. We are proceeding on those 2 paths, and our preferred path is the path of negotiations," end quote. Burhan went on to say that the abandoned peace talks initiated by Saudi Arabia and the United States in Jeddah may come out successful without giving additional details. The army chief has made a number of foreign trips in recent weeks after spending the first several months in Sudan. He said the goal was to find ways to end the war, not military support. Recall that the rival RSF leader Mohammed Hamdan Daglo also hinted in a video speech that he is ready for a ceasefire and political talks to end the impasse. The war between the army and the RSF broke out in mid-April over plans for a political transition, and the integration of the RSF into the army has killed thousands of people and displaced millions of others. UN High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi said dozens of children are dying every day as a result of this devastating conflict and a lack of global attention. Kamet Sadiq, CBA TV.
President Emmanuel Macron of France says the French troops stationed in Niger will soon leave the West African country as the relations between Paris and its former colony continue to nosedive. The departure of the troops highlights growing anti-French sentiment on the continent, especially among its former colonies.
The French government has announced its readiness to withdraw its troops from Niger following a July coup, President Emmanuel Macron declared on Sunday. The move is expected to deal a decisive blow to French influence in the country and counter-insurgency efforts in the Sahel region. President Macron stated that 1,500 troops will leave by the end of the year and that France, Niger's former colonial power, would not be held hostage by the putschist. Mali and Burkina Faso have also pushed out the French troops since the coups in those countries. The departure of the troops, which follows weeks of pressure by the junta and popular protests in Niger, is expected to deepen Western concerns about Russia's growing influence in Africa. Wagner's Russian mercenary group is already deployed in Niger's neighboring Mali. Wagner also operates in the Central African Republic and Libya. Western nations claim it's also present in Sudan, which the country rejects. Russian President Vladimir Putin has urged Niger to re-establish constitutional order in the country. In recent years, French control over its former colonies in West Africa has decreased just as public anger has increased, with several protests spreading against Paris. President Macron stated that he still considers Niger's democratically elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, who is presently being held hostage by the coup leaders, to be the country's rightful president, and that he has notified him of his decision to leave Niger. Kamed Sadiq, Sabia TV.
And with that, the story of French President Emmanuel Macron says the French troops stationed in Niger will soon leave the West African country. We'll wrap up our program for this time. Thank you for watching this program. My name is Hamse Daabjeerin.